My brothers and sisters, friends and family, I stand before you today to share a message that comes straight from the heart, one that speaks of strength, unity, and the deep connection that binds us all. As members of the African diaspora, we have traveled many paths, crossed oceans, and built new lives in places far from the lands that birthed us. Yet no matter how far we go, no matter how many generations pass, the spirit of Africa continues to live within us. It is not just the land we come from that makes us who we are. It is the resilience that runs in our veins, the strength that rises from the depths of our history, and the hope for a future where we all thrive together. In this journey, we have been tested by challenges, sometimes by the very systems that were built to divide us, to separate us from our roots. Yet, it is in these moments of adversity that we have shown the world our true power. We are a people who have seen struggle, but we have also seen triumph. Our ancestors fought to survive, to resist, to preserve the dignity and pride of our culture. Today we stand as a testament to that fight. We stand as evidence of what is possible when we refuse to be silenced, when we refuse to let history define our destiny. It is crucial that we remember the stories that shaped us, the sacrifices made by those who came before us, the stories of migration, of survival, of resilience. These stories are not just history, they are our living, breathing legacy. And it is our responsibility to honor them, to carry them forward with pride, so that the generations to come understand the depth of what it means to be African, no matter where we are in the world. But there is more to our legacy than our history. Our future is just as important. We must remember that while we carry the past with us, we are not bound by it. The world is changing, and we have the power to shape that change. We have the ability to redefine what it means to be African in the diaspora. We are no longer just survivors of history, we are creators of the future. To my brothers and sisters in America, I say this: you are not alone. Your struggle is my struggle. Your dreams are my dreams. Together we can build a future where we uplift one another, where we support each other in our successes and stand together in our challenges. In this land, we have opportunities that many of our ancestors could only dream of. Let us not squander them. Let us use them to build a legacy of excellence, unity, and pride. We must be bold in our actions, courageous in our dreams, and unwavering in our commitment to each other. Let us not be divided by the forces that seek to weaken us. Let us not be distracted by those who wish to see us fall. We are stronger than we realize. Together we can achieve anything. In the face of adversity, we rise. In the face of challenges, we overcome. And in the face of division, we stand united. Our unity is our greatest strength. It is what will carry us forward, what will ensure that we leave a legacy, not only for ourselves, but for the future of all those who call Africa home, no matter where they may be. Let us embrace our identity, our culture, and our history with pride. Let us honor the sacrifices of those who came before us by continuing to fight for justice, for equality, for opportunity. Let us be the change we wish to see in the world, not just for ourselves, but for every African child who dreams of a brighter tomorrow. Together, we will rise. Together, we will build a future that is worthy of the greatness we carry within us. May our hearts remain strong, our minds focused, and our spirits united in the pursuit of a future where we all thrive. Thank you. Our strength is built on the foundation of resilience, and this resilience comes from the incredible endurance of our ancestors. They lived through trials that many could scarcely imagine: wars, slavery, displacement, and systemic oppression. Yet, despite these hardships, they never lost their sense of self, their culture, or their dignity. Their ability to withstand such immense challenges and still hold on to the values of freedom, unity, and pride is the very core of who we are today. These sacrifices were not just physical, they were spiritual, emotional, and cultural as well. Every act of resistance, every moment of survival, and every effort to preserve their traditions and families in the face of adversity has shaped our identity. We often talk about history as if it's something that happened a long time ago, but the truth is that it is still very much alive within us. The struggles our ancestors faced are not distant. They live on through the blood that flows in our veins and the consciousness that shapes how we navigate the world today. When we stand tall, when we succeed, when we overcome difficulties, we are not just doing it for ourselves. We are honoring the sacrifices made by those who came before us. They laid the groundwork, endured hardships, and paved the way for us to be here now, in this moment. But honoring our ancestors doesn't simply mean remembering them or speaking about them in reverence. It means living in a way that continues their work, that carries their legacy forward. It means using the opportunities they fought for to advance ourselves and our communities. Each success we achieve, no matter how big or small, is a testament to their resilience, but it is also a challenge to keep pushing forward, to never let their sacrifices be in vain, and to honor them by ensuring that we do not let the same systems that oppress them continue to oppress us or those who come after us. When we talk about carrying their legacy with pride, it's not just about wearing it as a badge on our chests. It's about embodying the values they fought for. It's about showing the world that their sacrifices were not in vain by continuing to break barriers, fight for justice, and uplift those who are still struggling. We must make it clear through our actions, our determination, and our contributions to society that their story is not one of defeat, but one of unyielding perseverance. We honor them most by recognizing that their fight is not over. It lives within us, and we are the next chapter in that story. In every step we take toward success, in every challenge we overcome, we honor the foundation they built for us. The struggles of the past should not be forgotten, but they must be used as fuel to propel us into the future. We carry their legacy forward with every decision we make, every goal we achieve, and every barrier we break. Our strength comes from them, and the way we continue their fight for justice, equality, and freedom is the truest tribute we can offer. As members of the African diaspora, we have spread across the globe, establishing communities in places far from the land of our origins. We are in different countries, on different continents, speaking various languages, and living under diverse circumstances. Yet, despite these differences and distances, we are bound together by a shared heritage that transcends geography. Our cultures, rich in history, traditions, and values, unite us in a way that no force can truly divide. This shared history, our connection to the African soil, our common struggles, and our collective aspirations, creates a bond that remains unbreakable, regardless of how far we may be from one another. The African diaspora is a living testament to the strength of human resilience. In the face of slavery, colonization, and forced migration, we were separated physically, but never spiritually or culturally. Our ancestors were scattered across the globe, yet they kept alive the essence of who they were through oral traditions, rituals, music, art, and a deep sense of identity that refused to be erased. Today, we carry that same essence within us. Whether in the Americas, Europe, the Caribbean, or anywhere else we may find ourselves, the core of our identity remains tied to the African continent and its enduring legacy. This unity is not just about our shared roots, but also about our shared purpose. As people of African descent, we are connected by a collective desire for justice, equality, and opportunity. We know what it means to fight for our rights, to stand up against oppression, and to push for the recognition and respect that we deserve. Despite the challenges we face in different parts of the world, whether it's systemic racism, economic disparity, or political marginalization, our struggle is the same. The pain we feel is shared, but so too is our strength. In our diversity, we find solidarity. In this modern world, we are fortunate to have access to opportunities that our ancestors could only dream of. The barriers they faced were insurmountable in many ways. with education being a privilege reserved for a select few. For generations, our people were denied the right to learn, to read, and to access the knowledge that could have empowered them to break free from the shackles of oppression. Yet, despite these constraints, they still found ways to resist, to survive, and to preserve the wisdom of their cultures. Today, we stand on the shoulders of those giants, and the opportunities before us are vast. Education is no longer a luxury, it is a right. We live in a world where information is at our fingertips, where knowledge can be accessed with a few clicks, and where the barriers that once stood between us and the world's most powerful tools are slowly being dismantled. From higher education institutions to online platforms, from books to digital resources, the world has opened up to us in ways that were once unimaginable. But with this gift of knowledge comes responsibility. It is not enough simply to have access to these resources. We must use them wisely for our own empowerment and for the betterment of those who come after us. Empowerment through knowledge means more than just acquiring academic qualifications. It is about understanding the world around us, being aware of the systems that shape our lives, and using that understanding to navigate the world effectively. It is about equipping ourselves with the tools needed to succeed, whether in our personal lives, our careers, or in our communities. Knowledge is power, but only when it is put into action. We must use the education we receive to challenge outdated narratives, to question the status quo, and to forge new paths toward equity and justice. In this era of rapid technological advancement, the opportunities for growth are endless. Yet, many of us still face barriers, whether economic, social, or political, that hinder our ability to fully capitalize on these opportunities. It is crucial then that we do not only empower ourselves, but also work to break down these barriers for others. Knowledge is most powerful when it is shared. As we climb the ladder of success, we must reach down and pull others up with us. We must ensure that the knowledge we gain is used to uplift our communities, to create spaces for dialogue, and to provide resources for those who are still fighting to access the opportunities we now enjoy. For our ancestors, the dream of education was often deferred or denied. They fought in ways we may never fully understand to ensure that their children could have the opportunities they never had. It is now our responsibility to carry that dream forward and to use the resources available to us to secure a better future for the next generation. We are the beneficiaries of their struggles, and it is only right that we use the gifts we have been given to break down the barriers that still exist in our communities. Education is not just a means to personal success, it is a tool for collective advancement. When we empower ourselves, we empower those around us. The better we educate ourselves, the stronger we make our communities. We must also recognize that the power of knowledge extends beyond formal education. The wisdom of our elders, the lessons embedded in our cultural practices, and the knowledge passed down through generations are invaluable resources that must not be overlooked. Our history, our language, and our traditions are all forms of knowledge that have the power to strengthen us and guide us toward the future. It is crucial that we recognize the value of this ancestral wisdom and integrate it with the new knowledge we acquire. By doing so, we create a foundation of wisdom that draws on the best of both worlds. As we move forward in this modern world, it is essential that we continue to educate ourselves, not just for our own benefit, but for the greater good. We must use the resources at our disposal to break barriers, to empower future generations, and to ensure that the dream of equality, justice, and opportunity is realized for all. Education is the key that unlocks our potential and the gateway to a world where we can thrive, not just as individuals, but as a community that uplifts and empowers one another. Our commitment to justice and equality is not merely a call for the present, but a pledge to future generations. As members of the African diaspora, our struggle for freedom, dignity, and opportunity has been long and arduous, stretching back through centuries of oppression, exploitation, and marginalization. From the moment our ancestors were torn from their homeland and dispersed across the world, their fight for justice became ours. Their resilience, courage, and determination to survive, to maintain their culture, and to demand their rightful place in the world continue to inspire and guide us today. But the struggle is far from over. We are not yet living in the world that they envisioned, a world where every African person is treated with dignity and respect, where freedom is not just an abstract concept, but a reality, and where opportunities are open and accessible to all. Our commitment to justice and equality means that we must continue to fight for the rights of all African people, wherever they may be. It does not matter if we are on the African continent, in the Americas, Europe, or any other corner of the globe. We are all connected by a shared history and a shared future. Our fight for justice transcends borders because the systems of oppression that have affected us throughout history are not limited by geography. Whether we face police brutality in the streets, economic disenfranchisement in our communities, or exclusion from opportunities in the workplace, we know that these struggles are part of a larger system of injustice that spans across nations. In this interconnected world, the fight for justice and equality for one is the fight for justice and equality for all. It is vital that we understand that justice and equality are not just about securing rights for ourselves. They are about ensuring that no one is left behind. Our commitment must extend to those who are most vulnerable, those who have been pushed to the margins of society, who face the greatest barriers to success, and who still suffer the most from the effects of systemic racism and inequality. This commitment demands that we fight not just for equality in the traditional sense, but for a world where everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances, can access the resources and opportunities they need to thrive. It means advocating for fair representation in all areas of society, from education to politics to the economy, and ensuring that no group is excluded from the benefits of society. Every step we take toward a more just world is a victory, not just for us, but for all those who come after us. When we break down barriers, when we challenge systems of oppression, and when we push for policy changes that support equality, we are not just fighting for our generation, we are fighting for future generations, our children, our grandchildren, and all those who will inherit the world we are shaping today. Our actions today will determine the kind of world they will live in, and we have the power to create a future where justice is not just a distant dream, but an everyday reality. The victories we achieve, no matter how small they may seem in the moment, add up to a larger, more significant change. Every victory is a step toward a world where the dignity of every African person is recognized, where opportunities are not limited by race or circumstance, and where freedom is not just an ideal, but a lived experience for all. This commitment to justice and equality is not something we can take lightly. It requires ongoing effort, continuous education, and the courage to challenge the status quo. It requires that we stay vigilant, knowing that while progress may have been made, much work remains to be done. We must never become complacent or accept the current state of affairs as the best we can do. We must continue to push, continue to fight, and continue to demand a world that reflects our values of justice, equality, and human dignity. This is not only a fight for our rights, but a fight for the rights of all people, because true justice is only realized when it is realized for everyone. In the end, our commitment to justice and equality is a commitment to the well-being of all African people, everywhere. It is a commitment to ensuring that the legacy of our ancestors of strength, resistance, and hope lives on through the actions we take today. It is a commitment to the belief that a just world is not only possible but achievable, and that every step we take toward that world brings us closer to a brighter future for all.